Hey yo, what is up guys? Your boy is back with yet another video, and today we are talking about the Royal Rumble 2003, and I really enjoyed this show. This show was a banger, it hit. This is kind of an infamous show for the two world title matches, and it launched Brock Lesnar to that main event of WrestleMania. It sent him to becoming the actual face of the company going into the 2003 here. So let's start off the show talking about Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show. Now, Brock Lesnar had just come off facing The Big Show at the 2002 Survivor Series, in which he lost his WWE Championship. Here he gets his revenge. This is very, very much like their Survivor Series match, but yeah, it was definitely Big Show's power versus Brock Lesnar's power. Big Show, he's like an all-time Brock Lesnar opponent. Pretty much anytime you need someone to kind of try and stop the beast, the Big Show comes in to try and save the day. So yeah, just a lot of big suplexes from Brock Lesnar. Big Show, he hit some pretty nice offense in this match. He did a nice leg drop onto Brock Lesnar, and he tries holding him down. But, Brock Lesnar is just too much for the Big Show, and he ends up getting the win, hitting another massive F5 on the Big Show. So yeah, this was a really solid match here. If you love power versus power matches and big strong guy matches, this is definitely a match you should go and check out. Not very long, just pretty much Brock Lesnar goes out. They hit all the big shit. They hit all the big moves. They throw their weapons of mass destruction at each other. Brock Lesnar gets his revenge on Paul Heyman and gets into the Royal Rumble match here. So next up, we have the Dudley Boyz versus Lance Storm and William Regal, and this was a pretty solid match here. Nothing too crazy until about William Regal and Lance Storm, they kind of just beat down on the Dudley Boyz. While Devon was in the match, he's just kind of getting beaten down upon up until Bubba Ray gets the big tag in. He comes in. Devon, while they're all in the ring, Devon hit a big flapjack onto I believe it was Christian there. And then, no, it was on Lance Storm there. And yeah, William Regal, he tries cheating by using the brass knuckles, but some random motherfucker comes racing out into the ring. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Anyways, so then he tries using the brass knuckles, but Devon and Bubba take advantage, hit the 3D. They pick up the W, and here we go. The Dudley Boyz here in 2003 are still your tag team champions. So yeah, they're still on just a epic run here. The Dudley Boyz were just an awesome tag team. Nothing else to really say about that. So next up we have Torrie Wilson versus Dawn Marie in what was just kind of a bad match. The whole storyline involving Dawn Marie and Torrie's dad, and then Torrie's dad dies, and then they have a match. This is like the most 2003 thing ever. I don't know what to even really say about this. Torrie wins the match. The match kind of sucked, honestly. It was like a couple minutes long. Torrie hit like a neck breaker and won the match. I just like the things that go on in 2000, like the unhingedness of the early 2000s just like amazes me with how just like strange all this stuff was. And yeah, it definitely was a time, all right. It definitely was a time. Moving on to one of the worst matches considered ever. Triple H defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Scott Steiner. And yeah, the build to this seemed like a lot of fun. They're doing like bodybuilding competitions. They're doing arm wrestling, weight competitions. Push-up, they're doing all these fun competitions. I don't know. I think it sounded kind of cool. So the build to it for me was kind of fun. I kind of thought it was kind of interesting. Scott Steiner was awful. But Triple H, okay, before we get to Scott Steiner, we'll talk about Triple H here. And Triple H, it's not like he had good world title defenses before this. It's not like his WrestleMania main event the year prior didn't kind of suck. And then his world title defenses against like Kane and RVD didn't kind of suck also. Like, they weren't bad matches, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, this is an all-time world title run. It's just like you're just kind of serving a purpose. It's kind of what this world title run, which was Triple H's ego, I guess. But yeah, Scott Steiner, he gets a world title shot here. I guess Scott Steiner was pretty popular, came over from WCW, and here we go. We got him the effing microphone. And so Triple H kind of gets dominated throughout like the majority of this match too. That's what kind of makes this whole thing kind of hilarious. Scott Steiner kind of just is bullying Triple H around the ring. He throws him into the turnbuckle, picks Triple H up for a press slam, and things aren't going bad here. And then the really odd looking suplexes just started taking place, and the crowd just started booing a lot. They just booed the shit out of this match. This was really, really odd. Yeah, the match just like after all like the suplexes, the crowd just started hating on it. Triple H and Ric Flair try to get involved. They try to like slow down Scott Steiner. Triple H hits like a little bit of offense in this, and it's like not even that much. Yeah, I don't even like. There was no like epic point to this match where I'm like, oh yeah, and then you get the spot. It's just kind of like, what is even happening right now? Like, what is this? Yeah, and then Triple H ends up getting disqualified by using the steel chair on Scott Steiner, and Scott Steiner just beats the shit out of Triple H after and pulls off into the sunset, I guess. Yeah, the match was awful. Like, there's no doubt about it. The match was sucked, but it was in line with most of Triple H's world title defenses outside of his matches with Shawn Michaels. Not a lot going. Not a lot going here. Yeah, I see why people did not like this world title reign. His world title reigns at this point sucked. So, yeah, I thought like the match with Booker T was again like good. It didn't really have anything like amazing. It was always just like at best good. It was good, and that's it. It was like whatever. Moving on to one of the best matches to ever take place in a WWE wrestling ring. We're talking about Kurt Angle, defending champion, versus Chris Benoit, Royal Rumble 2003. This is like the match defining of the Ruthless Aggression era. Like, this is the sole defining match of that era. If Steve Austin and Bret Hart defined the Attitude Era with their match, or Undertaker and Mankind, like those are match defining of those eras. This is it right here. Absolute balls to the wall grappling. That's what this was. This was when I talk about derbies, I always be like, oh, yo, this was the derby. This was the derby. This was a derby. Like, this was an absolute clash between two top-tier athletes at the peak of their game, going back and forth, grappling, wrestling for position, trying to outwit the other one and out-wrestle the other one. Like, Kurt Angle constantly fighting for Benoit's ankle, Benoit countering out of it and trying to catch Kurt Angle into the crippler crossface, or going for a roll-up, or they're just throwing the straight-up slaps and the chops. And Benoit's awesome flying headbutt that I thought he probably would have won the match with. That was epic. That was such a cool, like, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna win. And I know he never wins with the flying headbutt, but I saw that and I was like, oh, I apologize. And yeah, just the absolute grit of like straight up just being wrestlers in this match was just so much fun to watch. Like the clotheslines, the counters, the angle slam that Benoit managed to kick out of. This is a peak 5-star derby. This was an all-time great wrestling match. I can't actually, like, the intensity of it, and like imagine watching this when it was happening and just not knowing who was going to win and who was going to come out on top. Both guys look like just peak athletes. They look like wrestlers. It's disappointing to know that they're like matches like this will just not happen again, and they just can't happen again just due to like the people involved now versus the people who were involved then. Like Kurt Angle, Olympic gold medalist. Benoit, 18-year, what was he? He was like a 15-year vet by this point, all over the world, every different style, just grab straight up some like 70s, 80s clash taking place in the ring here. And it was excellent. Excellent match. If you haven't watched this match, what are you doing? Go watch this match. Okay, so I can't say enough good things about that. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble, and I felt like this was a really, really excellent Royal Rumble. I really, really enjoyed this Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels, he starts it off. He comes out in like the most sick wrestling gear. Apparently, that's the wrestling gear he wore against Vader at SummerSlam, I believe. It was really, really nice. It looked really, really sleek. Chris Jericho comes out, hits Shawn Michaels with a chair, because he kind of like faked him out. He comes out the back and hits Shawn Michaels and attacks him from behind, and he eliminates Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels was eliminated like not even that much into the match. But don't worry, I think Shawn Michaels will get his revenge at WrestleMania. Christopher Nowinski, he came out in this, and it's kind of interesting because like Benoit had the match before, and now Nowinski's out there, and Nowinski kind of played parts in the post Benoit stuff. So yeah, kind of interesting. He had a cool theme song too. Not whatever. So yeah, then we get like the, what is it? We got Edge, Rey Mysterio, Christian all coming out here. So you got like a big different, like a lot of just the really solid undercard workers here. I should say mid-card to upper-card workers here all getting involved in this. So everything's like really, really good. So then Chris Jericho, he managed to get like a huge bunch of eliminations. So he managed to eliminate both Edge and Christian. And Edge and Christian, they tried teaming up at a point, but wasn't happening. So Chris Jericho, he manages to like eliminate everyone until like later in the match when Shawn Michaels comes out and attacks Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho ends up getting eliminated in that due to Shawn Michaels. So Shawn Michaels does come back and get his. So no biggie there. Tommy Dreamer, he makes an appearance in this. I believe was Tommy Dreamer just signed, or was he part of the ECW? Yeah, I didn't see him on any of the 2002 pay-per-views for quite a while, so I don't know. Maybe he just came back. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer was there, and I just wanted to make that note. Oh, RVD, our boy, we all knew was going to be involved in this at some point. Yeah, he was a big part. Jeff Hardy came out. He had this really strange look with the red face paint, and he was like soaking wet in the ring. And then Matt Hardy, who was like version 1 at this point with the camera, with like the video camera and stuff. So this was and they kind of had like a weird interaction like years prior to their 2009 feud where Matt Hardy burnt down Jeff's house. Yeah, so moving on, John Cena, he comes out, makes an appearance. He didn't do so bad in the Rumble. He was wearing long pants at this point. B Squared was out there with him. He was just out there as John Cena's like lackey for like a couple weeks until John Cena, I guess, turned on him. And yeah, but I think B Squared was already out of this match by that point. And yeah, John Cena comes out. I think this is John Cena's first Rumble appearance, so it was kind of interesting that he's out there in like long jeans and stuff. Yeah, Kane comes out, and yeah, if you know me, I'm a big Kane fan. I'm a big Canaanite. Kane, he looked really good in this match. He gets all the way down to the final 4 with it was Batista, Brock Lesnar, and The Undertaker were our final 4 for this match. Let's just talk about it here. Yeah, this was an awesome final 4. Like, this was the derby. Like, this became like a really, really epic clash between everyone, and how like Kane and The Undertaker are trying to work together, and Batista ends up getting knocked out by Kane, and so Kane gets his revenge for the shitty match they had at Armageddon here. So yeah, and then Brock Lesnar and Kane and The Undertaker, they're going to work together, and Undertaker's like, no moss, buddy, and he throws Kane out of the ring, so that was Kane's all pissed off. Yeah, Kane did the same thing to fucking RVD, man. He's like, yeah, RVD, we're going to work together, and then he picks up RVD and he fucking throws him out of the ring, and he's like, sorry, what it go, buddy? So yeah, Brock comes down to Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker and their epic rivalry they had in 2002. And yeah, that was epic. This was a really, really epic last little bit here to the match. I really liked it. Brock Lesnar just kind of throws Undertaker out of the ring. And Brock Lesnar, boom, is your 2003 Royal Rumble winner. And yeah, I really liked this match. I thought this match was really, really good. I had a lot of fun with this match. I love the ending with Undertaker and Kane. I love that final 4. They all look just like in such good shape. Batista, he's going on to bigger things, and he gets to be in there and mix it up a little bit. So yeah, I really enjoyed this show. Let me know what you guys thought of the show. Anyways, guys, peace out.